Hi, I'm Todd Berzer, and welcome to our Walk Wilderness hike through the Fish Creek Mountains wilderness in the deserts of Southern California. This wilderness is east of San Diego. It's next door to Anza-Borrego Desert State Park, and it's a big, wild land. There are three doorways into this wilderness. The first is on the west side, where you can hike up a narrow canyon that's just to the north of the Wind Caves Trail. This trail ends in a head-spinning maze of slot canyons. To the north of this wilderness, there is a hike that goes south into a long, windy, rocky canyon. This is probably the best overall hike in the wilderness, but be cautious entering and exiting the North Canyon. There are target shooters along the perimeter road. To the east is a shorter and steeper canyon. This area is exceptionally rough and rocky. In fact, I had trouble even finding a place to put a sleeping bag. The sunrise views are spectacular. If you try entering from the south side of this wilderness, you'll have to hopscotch unexploded ordnances. This area used to be a Navy bombing range, and entry is prohibited for mortals like us. Fish Creek Mountains Wilderness sits on top of one of the most geologically active areas in the world. The North American and Pacific tectonic plates converge here. The San Andreas and San Jacinto faults run nearby. Baja California is splitting from the North American continent, if you hadn't noticed. It's unzipping in a slow, steady progression, and the area surrounding Fish Creek Mountains Wilderness is next on the agenda. The Salton Trough to the east is sinking. The mountains to the west are rising. Maybe because this land is so new, there's just really nothing soft about this wilderness. It's full of rocks and edges and spikes. At night, when the wind dies down, when the canyon walls are bathed in starlight, you can hear it. You can hear small stones dropping. Maybe from animals, maybe not. This is a land on the move. Temperatures will soar in the summer, so plan on hiking between November and March. Now, desert flowers will be blooming as early as January, but you'll probably see more in February and March. A good set of wildlife lives in this area: hummingbirds, beetles, bees, bats, birds, coyotes. I saw tracks and horns of the endangered bighorn sheep as well. What you won't find are species from the superclass Osteichthyes. In other words, there ain't no fish in Fish Creek Mountains Wilderness. So don't bring your fishing pole, don't plan on trout for breakfast. In fact, there is no water, except maybe in joyous winter rains. The creeks are all dry. If you backpack into this area, carry plenty of liquid. On my last trip, I think 1/3 of the weight of my backpack was water. You'll see people on the borders of this wilderness, but once you get into the canyons, once you cross over the wilderness boundaries, you won't see anyone. I took 3 backpacking trips into this area over the past few months. I saw no boot prints, no trails, no signs of us pesky humans. Almost nobody goes here. If you walk this wilderness, you walk alone. I hope you'll get out and explore this rough and wild land. And if you do, let me know how it goes. Happy hiking.